Hello and welcome to the Clat Possible YouTube channel. Today we've got some exciting updates about the recent appointment in the National Legal Services Authority and the essential role of the Supreme Court Legal Services Committee in India. So if you are an aspirant, a Clat aspirant or an ALET aspirant, this video is just for you. Now, first things first, let's talk about a significant development, which is that very recently Justice Sanjeev Khanna has been appointed as the executive chairperson of this body called the National Legal Services Authority. Justice Khanna is the senior most judge of the Supreme Court, and he has taken over from Justice S.K. Kaul, who retired on December 25th December last year. Now, this appointment follows the convention of appointing the second senior most judge of the Supreme Court to this crucial position, which basically means there are two very vital positions in this particular body, and we'll understand कि नालसा करता क्या है. लेकिन जो सबसे पहली position है वो है patron in chief, which is given to the current Chief Justice of India always, where of course right now our current Chief Justice of India is the patron in chief. If we talk about the executive chairman, this is, like I just said, given to the second senior most judge of the Supreme Court. अब इससे पहले कि हम किसी भी और चीज के बारे में बात करें, लेट्स फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड कि ये फ्री लीगल एड होता क्या है और ये इतना ज्यादा जरूरी क्यों है. So by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976, there was an Article 39A, that was added to the Constitution, जो कि सरकार को ये कहता है कि हमें एक फ्री लीगल एड देना चाहिए पुअर को एंड वीकर सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी को, एंड वी नीड टू एंश्योर जस्टिस फॉर ऑल. Now, this is a directive principle of state policy, which means this is non-justiciable, non-enforceable in nature. मतलब हर एक इंसान को ये फ्री लीगल एड नहीं मिलेगा, ये उनका अधिकार, हर एक इंसान का अधिकार नहीं है. लेकिन जितना हद तक हो सके इक्वालिटी बिफोर लॉ एंड इक्वल प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ लॉ को नजर में रखते हुए, एंड आर्टिकल 22 क्लॉज 1 को नजर में रखते हुए, एंड आर्टिकल 22 इज टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाट द सर्टेन राइट्स, कुछ अधिकार जो एक इंसान को मिलते हैं अपॉन अरेस्ट एंड डिटेंशन. तो उसको नजर में रखते हुए देयर आर सर्टेन पीपल व्हिच वी रियलाइज हु कैन नॉट पे फॉर अ वेरी वेरी नाइस एडवोकेट और इवन फॉर अ डिसेंट एडवोकेट. सो सच पीपल शुड गेट फ्री लीगल एड. अब ये चीज को नजर में रखते हुए 1987 में पार्लियामेंट मेड अ लॉ कॉल्ड द लीगल सर्विसेज अथॉरिटीज एक्ट, और ये वाला लॉ जो है इट केम इनटू इफेक्ट इन 1995, जिसके अंडर एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूट हमने करी बॉडी जिसका नाम है नालसा, जिसकी बात अभी हमने 2 मिनट पहले की थी, विच इज द नेशनल लीगल सर्विसेज अथॉरिटी. और ये नालसा करके जो अथॉरिटी है ये क्या करेगी? It will basically ensure that whatever laws have been made under the Legal Services Authorities Act to ensure that there is free legal aid to the poor and weaker section of the society, it is being implemented very properly. There are policies and there are principles that are available to ensure equal justice for all. अब इसी के अंदर फर्स्ट थिंग्स फर्स्ट, वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज दिस लीगल सर्विसेज अथॉरिटीज एक्ट और नालसा. It is a statutory body, like I just said, it is made under the Legal Services Authorities Act of 1987. And the primary mission is to provide free legal service to the weaker section. There is another thing that they do is that they organize something called Lok Adalat. शायद हम लोग एक स्टैंड अलोन वीडियो बना लें लोक अदालत और उसके काम के बारे में कि वो क्या करते हैं, बट सॉर्ट ऑफ अभी के लिए हम लोग ये सोच लें कि ये एक तरीके का ऑल्टरनेटिव डिस्प्यूट रेजोल्यूशन है for peaceful dispute resolution and also something which is affordable, right? तो aim क्या है नालसा का? that they provide free legal aid, legal awareness provide करना, alternative dispute resolution मतलब out of court settlement provide करना, right? who all are eligible over here, जैसे कि 39A is not available, I mean it is a DPSP जिसके अंदर एक एक्ट बना 1987 का. This is available for women and children, member of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, industrial workmen, persons with disability, persons in custody, victims of human trafficking, victims of natural disasters, ethnic caste violence, right? Industrial disaster, persons with annual income of less than 1 lakh per annum, or as which is notified by the government, which can, of course, keep changing because of things such as inflation. Now, when this happens, where does one go? So, civil, criminal, revenue, courts, tribunals. One can also go to the Legal Services Authority at the national, state, and district level. है ना, तो नेशनल लेवल पे है, स्टेट लेवल पे है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट से थोड़ा छोटा तालुक लेवल या सब डिविजनल लेवल पे है. There is High Court and Supreme Court Legal Services Committees. So, all of this entire framework has been made to ensure that किसी को, हर एक इंसान को justice is accessible, available, as well as affordable. Right? Now, the next thing that we are going to look at, which is also related to this particular news, is that there is this thing called Supreme Court Legal Services Committee. Let's dive into that. Now, this committee is an essential part of the legal landscape in India, and here's why. So, this particular committee, it was established under Section 3A of the same Act, right? So, first a little bit about it, and then we will talk about Justice Gawai, right? So, it was established under Section 3A of the Legal Services Authorities Act, and इसका main goal क्या है? To provide again free and competent legal service to the weaker section of the society in case that case falls under the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, right? तो जो भी केसेस सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंडर आते हैं उनके अंडर कोई अगर वीकर सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी है तो उनको हम फ्री और कॉम्पिटेंट लीगल सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करें. दैट इज द जॉब ऑफ द सुप्रीम कोर्ट लीगल सर्विसेज कमिटी. अब इसके अंदर क्या हुआ है दैट वेरी रिसेंटली सुप्रीम कोर्ट जज जस्टिस B.R. गवाई हैज बीन नॉमिनेटेड एज द चेयरमैन of the Supreme Court Legal Services Committee. He has replaced Justice Sanjeev Khanna, who is the senior most judge, the second senior most judge after the Chief Justice of India. So this is what all of this is. Of course, you know, now the chairperson is B.R. Gawai, and there are 9 members nominated by the CJI. And they can in turn appoint officers and other employees in consultation with the Chief Justice of India. Now, you know, in conclusion, I'd like to talk about why do we require legal services in the first place. And I would like to reiterate this fact that this is according to Article 39A, which says that free legal aid should be provided so that justice isn't denied to any citizen due to any economic or any kind of other disability, right? So in 1987, the Legal Services Authority Act was made that made all of these bodies which gave competent legal services to eligible groups including women, SC, ST, and economically weaker sections among other. Right? So that is all. There you have it, future lawyers. Understanding the roles of NALSA and the Supreme Court Legal Services Committee is essential for anyone aspiring to enter the legal profession. These organizations play a critical role in ensuring justice for all. If you found this information helpful, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more such informative videos. Keep studying and keep learning, and one day you might be making a difference in the world of law. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time.